Market experts explains why U.S. stock futures went down with Harris as the debate victor. Okay, so what does this mean? Adam Tornquist noted that the U.S. stock futures turned lower right as the debate started. Correlation: Kamala Harris's increasing odds for victory with the market declined as Trump's odds were declining, and the market is higher correlated to Trump. Ryan Payne downplayed the market reaction, saying it wasn't exactly dramatic, while Adam Johnson argued that Harris's success in the debate negatively impacted the market as she put Trump on the defensive, making her look like the victor and driving futures down. Johnson also expressed concerns about Harris's proposed economic policy, stating if you just look at her plan superficially, it's going to be higher taxes, including a corporate tax rate from 21 to 28 and a capital gains to hike to 45%, which is pretty scary to the market. Tom, what was the correlation like? What do you think?
Well, here's the correlation. And so you can forget about what you think she's going to do. I mean, literally set that aside. The market is assuming, remember, Trump's tax cuts have an expiration date. The new president, if Kamala is elected, has to proactively work with Congress and Senate to extend the Trump tax rates. Otherwise, they expire, which becomes a tax increase. Do you understand that, Vinny?
No.
Like you don't have to do anything. The market is assuming that they're going to let them expire because the market believes she is what the nickname for it is tax and spend Democrats, or in this case, spend and tax, where she is going to be spending. Her programs represent more spending. They need to have taxes to at least get something of the deficit under control, just a little bit. And so the market believes taxes are going up with her. The market also believes that regulation is going up. And by the way, if you read the analysts across Wall Street, they don't believe what she's been saying. They believe that there is going to be a dramatic change to capital gains beyond letting the Trump tax cuts expire. So when the market thinks that some of its net income is going to be taxed away because Trump's tax cuts are just going to expire and go away, that's what they're thinking. So they believe that as soon as she's elected, we should already price in for the next 6 months earnings going down, net earnings going down because the greater tax effect. It's as simple as that, PBD. That's what they're thinking. And the whole market is in lockstep. Whether the people, the leader of a bank or the leader of a company, whether they agree with her social policies and things like this on trends, or pick a topic you like, it doesn't matter. They all believe those cuts are expiring, cuts are going to go up, and so the market is reacting. Now, people say, well, the market's not reacting that much. Really? There's been a lot of little things over the course of the last month that have been moving in the market. And the market is facing increased unemployment right now. The market is also waiting for the rate cuts that they don't think are fast enough right now. So they're looking at everything in total, and they are not seeing a strong supportive stimulus for what many people say is that we are in a structural recession right now.
Well, I'll give you 3 points, and this is from Fox Business. Point number 1 is the headline: the markets think, or at least reacting to the fact that, ready for it, Kamala won the debate. So in return, number 2, the markets, or the futures, went lower. What does that mean? That the markets are basically saying, yeah, Kamala is not going to be as good for the economy. But the markets is not just America, it's the world. So basically the world is responding, yeah, this is not going to be as good for companies, the free trade, the markets, everything that's going on out there. But reversion to the mean, equilibrium, at this point today, the market is pretty much flat. The S&P's up a couple points, the Dow's down a couple points. There's nothing going on. But because the markets are reacted to not just what's going on in America, but what's going on around the world. There's a multitude of factors that are going to affect the markets. So what we can take from it from America is that if you're just looking at from American markets, that they think that Trump would be a lot better for the economy and the markets than Kamala. And that's why you've seen for the past few months, how many billionaires have come out and donated and basically endorsed Trump. We're seeing Silicon Valley even at some point shifting way towards to the middle, even to the right. So there's no denying that Trump would be better for the economy, I guess, based on the markets at this point.
Can I ask you a question, Tom? If she wins, God forbid, does Powell and Janet Yellen stay in? And how much of a guaranteed recession? Because these policies are going to still stay. This Democratic party is going to keep doing what they're doing. What do you think?
Well, two answers there. First is Powell has a term. He's elected. He's the head of the Fed, and he has a term just like a senator or a congressman. And his term will expire.
I think it's 2025, actually.
Yeah, in about a year. And so at that point, can the president influence? Absolutely. The president will also, Yellen goes away, and the new president will submit because she's Secretary of Treasury, will submit their new cabinet, including Secretary of Treasury. Secretary of Treasury is not superior to the Fed. As a matter of fact, they fight a lot back and forth. Not like cats and dogs, but they will disagree on things because Treasury is a political position. You serve not the Treasury and not the IRS and not the American people. You serve the president's political desires and the programs on his agenda or her agenda. So that's what will happen to Yellen. So on those two things. And the rest of it is she doesn't have to do anything. She can just let the Trump tax cuts expire, and taxes are going up for everybody, including the middle class next year. So that's what the markets are responding to. And we are seeing unemployment edge up. And I'm for one saying that, I don't think it would be uncalled for the Fed to think about a half a point rate decrease rather than the quarter point that we think we're going to get in about a week.
Got it.
You know what I find ironic, Tom? The guy, Jerome Powell, chairman of the Fed, running a $27 trillion economy, whatever it is at this point. Do you know how much he gets paid a year?
How much? 200 grand?
Yeah, $203,000.
Wow.
I just think that I understand the president, I think, makes 400 grand, whatever it is at this point.
Yeah.
The guy running a $27 trillion, printing trillions of dollars, makes 200 something grand a year. Just a little ironic right there.
Yeah, go see what he's paid to speak when he goes to Harvard and Cato Institute to their confabs and then speaks.
So that's how the Obamas get rich.
That's how they all get rich.
Clintons.
Except Nancy Pelosi. She seems to know today's news yesterday.
Of course.
All right, there you go. So that's the part with markets. Same thing happened with Hillary, by the way. The moment Wall Street thought Hillary was going to win, there was the one day when the market tanked, when everybody from Wall Street said, yep, Hillary's going to be the president, and the market reacted to it. So, by the way, this Saturday, I am doing a book signing at local Fort Lauderdale. For those of you guys that want to copy the Academy and you can't find it at Barnes & Noble because it's selling out, if you go to the Barnes & Noble at Fort Lauderdale, that is the address, Rob. If you go a little higher, 2051 North Federal Highway, Fort Lauderdale, 3305, I will be there at noon signing books. They also have copies of Choose Your Enemies Wisely and Your Next 5 Moves. You buy the book, I'll sign it. All of us are going to be there. You'll meet a bunch of guys that will be there at the bookstore. I'd love to see Barnes & Noble look outside saying, what the hell is going on with all these Valuetainment showing up? Anyways, we'll see you guys there. And then also for those who missed the Vol Conference, ridiculous conference, the recording is officially available for those of you around the world that couldn't attend. Now you can go to Rob. Can you put the link before or below, or is there a QR code?
I'll put the link.
If you can put the link in chat, or if you can put the link in comment section, go get it. I think it's like, 20 hours of content. I mean, one of the days I went 13 and a half hours straight. There's a lot of stuff about raising money. There's a lot of stuff on strategy. Will Guidara. I mean, it's just insane event that we had. But the recording is officially available for the Vault.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.